Good morning everyone, and thanks for joining me in this video. I'm out today to do some autumn landscape photography, hopefully capture a few nice images. The conditions at the moment are quite nice. It's overcast, there's a threat of rain I think, so that'll be interesting. And I've just noticed as I just literally set up to film this section, the wind has picked up really strong. So that could make things a bit challenging regarding shutter speed and ISO, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, off to find my first composition. So I've found the first scene which I've been taking a photograph of, and I really quite like it, but it's been extremely challenging. The wind is probably at the lowest speed it's been at the moment as I'm recording this section, but it's been really strong wind. It's been raining, it's been blowing rain directly into the camera, so I've been having to continually wipe the lens, take a shot, wipe the lens, take a shot. So it's been quite challenging, and as I touched on at the beginning of the video, that makes things difficult, the high wind speed, in terms of controlling your shutter speed and your ISO, trying to get a nice balance between the two. But it does give me options. I've taken a few shots with a higher ISO where I've frozen the motion and in the leaves in the tree, and I've also taken some with a slightly slower shutter speed to capture the motion because it is a windy day. So I'm not sure which I'll prefer, but it gives me two nice options. But anyway, quite a beautiful scene. I've got a fallen branch here. This fallen tree, sorry, it's not fallen, this a live tree here, and we've got some part of a building just behind me here, and then we've got the countryside stretching out, and I think it looks quite nice. It's being side lit, so there's some really nice soft light on the branch here and on the tree itself, the tree trunk, and of course we've got some autumn colour here, some nice copper colour in the leaves, so I think it looks really nice. I'm trying to use depth of field quite creatively here as well, so there's going to be parts of my image which are not sharp, and I think that's going to add to the overall look of the image. But I don't want to say I'm really delighted with the image yet. I need to see it on the computer, of course, but I do feel I'm quite pleased with this one. I think it's going to turn out quite well, and I hope you like it. So a good tip if you're out doing some autumn landscape photography or photographing trees in general is really to have a look around the tree from all different angles, and you may find some really nice compositions, maybe 2 or 3 images of the same subject. It's all different but all really nice. So from over in the direction the camera's in at the moment, I found a really nice composition of this tree, and you could also see a lot more of its colour, so I'll show you that one now. And now it's time for me to move on. So the rain is now really falling heavily and I'm getting soaked, but my spirits are still high because I really love photography in these conditions. I think it works really well for doing autumn photography. And I found this fantastic tree behind me here. It's got some fairly subtle autumn colour, but I think that works well for this scene, for the moody conditions. And it lets you concentrate on the subject, the composition, rather than being overpowered by autumn colour. So it just looks fantastic. We've got a moody backdrop, moody skies, the rain is pouring down. What more could you want? I hope you like the image. So I found what's going to be my final subject to photograph for today, and it's this quite impressive tree just behind me here. I really love its shape. We've got the centre part grows straight up high into the dark moody sky that I've got today, and then we've got a branch goes out to the right, and we've also got another colourful tree just behind it as well. So lots of really nice autumn colour. And we've got some interest in the ground with some rocks and some ferns and so on. So it's an image that I really like, and I'll be taking this one in portrait orientation. But I'd like to give you a tip when you're doing autumn photography. I think a lot of people that I see taking photographs in autumn, they always reach for their polarizer. They're aware how it can saturate the colours and really enhance that autumnal colour. And I think there's a couple of dangers in that. One is you can actually make a scene look too vibrant, and I think that detracts from the overall composition, the overall look of the photograph. But the other thing is, if you put on a polarizer and there's some sheen on the leaves, maybe some wet, just a little bit of light on the leaves, and you turn it too far, you can completely remove that. Now it's subjective, but in my opinion that can make the scene look quite flat. Once you take a lot of the sheen off leaves and off trees, you can end up with a scene that looks a little bit flat. So today this is the first scene that I've actually photographed using a polarizer, and I've just turned it ever so slightly, so I'm not completely taking the sheen off the leaves, just a little bit, but I'm enhancing the colour as well, and I think it still looks natural and it looks really nice. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're doing your autumn photography. So that's it for this video. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching. I've certainly enjoyed my time out today, as I always do when I'm doing some photography. The weather conditions have been quite challenging in terms of rain for me getting wet, but that's a good thing for my photographs. But also in terms of the very strong wind there's been at times. It's been quite challenging balancing ISO and shutter speed, as I talked about earlier in the video. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the photographs, maybe picked up a couple of tips, and I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next one.